Yo, welcome back to the channel everyone, and in this video we're gonna be going over the patch notes for the new 1.14 update in Black Ops Cold War. We're gonna be discussing all of the weapon buffs, nerfs, as well as all of the new content that's releasing with this new update and future content that's coming in season. So with all that being said, the like goal on this video is going to be 600 likes. If we can get 600 likes in under 24 hours, that would be absolutely incredible. Also, if you guys want to stay up to date with any and all updates, news, best class setups, best settings, tips and tricks, anything regarding Black Ops Cold War multiplayer, make sure you guys absolutely drop a like in the video, subscribe to the channel, and turn on those post notifications. Let's get right into the patch notes, and also let me know down in the comment section if you guys agree with these patch notes or if you guys disagree with these patch notes. So right now we're going over the global weapon balancing. This is going to be for the KRIG-6, the first weapon that's being adjusted. So the KRIG-6 is going to get improved visibility while firing in aim down sight, complete tuning pass on weapon accuracy, weapon movement, and visual clarity while firing with any optic attachment, and they're also addressing instances of the weapon feeling floaty when firing for a prolonged amount of time. So they're going ahead and making the KRIG-6 even more accurate, even easier to use than it was pre-buff, or technically pre-update. This is going to be a good update to the KRIG. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section of this video. Honestly, I was expecting them to go ahead and increase the damage of the KRIG-6, but I guess making it have even less recoil than it had before is a good, buff for the weapon. Now for the next weapon we're getting is the FFAR. This is going to be a buff. They're going to be increasing the ballistic speed by 12.8%. This is actually kind of weird because I was expecting them to go ahead and reducing the FFAR's recoil, making it a lot easier to use at medium to longer ranges, but instead they're going to go ahead and make the FFAR just shoot a lot faster and melt a lot quicker here in multiplayer. Let me know what you guys think about this down in the comment section. I think they definitely should go ahead and make this weapon a lot easier to use over ranges by giving it less recoil, but I don't think they want this weapon to become overpowered, because realistically, if the FFAR had less recoil with this new fire rate increase, it would probably be top tier, and I guess they don't want that to happen. Now for the next weapon, it's going to be the Groza. This is going to be a buff. Increased maximum damage range by 40%. This is a massive buff to the Groza, making it that much better than it already was. The Groza was never a bad assault rifle. It was just one of those weapons that people were not running, so they're going to go ahead and make it that much easier. I think they're trying to keep this in line with the AK-47 because they do fire the same ammo type, but obviously you see a lot more people running the AK-47 over the Groza. So I guess they're trying to go ahead and equal that playing field and get more people running the Groza and kind of taking a break from the AK. That's what I think. Like I said, let me know in the comment section what you guys think about this. Now again, attachments. Complete tuning pass on muzzle and underbarrel attachments that affect recoil on assault rifles. So they're going to go ahead and change how the attachments work again here in Black Ops Cold War. Pretty interesting, and I'm really curious to see how this actually goes ahead and plays out. Now we're going to get down to the SMGs. You guys can see here the Milano 821 is getting a massive, and I mean a massive buff. It's getting increased mid-range damage by 10%, increased mid-range damage range by 33%, increased sprint out speed by 14.2%, increased race speed by 11%, and they're also going to be slightly increasing the ADS speed. So not only are they making the Milano better at medium to longer ranges, they're making it better at close range, making it an even faster SMG than it was before. Now, does this sound like the Uzi from Modern Warfare? They're kind of going ahead and just jacking up the Milano because honestly, it is an SMG that I agree that needed a massive buff, and I'm super happy they're going ahead and adjusting the Milano here in Black Ops Cold War. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section. This is definitely going to be an SMG where I'm going to be getting my hands on and seeing how this actually does play in game, because this is honestly amazing that the Milano is literally going to be this good now here in multiplayer. Now, the next weapon we're going to be covering is going to be the KSP45. This is going to be increased ballistic speed by 32.5%, and they're also going to reduce the burst delay by 20%. This is going to be a massive buff to the KSP45, again, making this weapon a lot better than it was before. The bullets are going to hit a lot faster, and you can also burst this weapon a lot quicker. So any attachment that's going to be increasing the burst speed or the bullet velocity is going to be amazing on the KSP45, and I can definitely see this weapon becoming top tier and honestly potentially overpowered, because you can get a one burst kill with this weapon. Imagine how good this would be if you can spam it and shoot it really, really quickly, like it says for these patch notes. It's going to be really interesting to see how the KSP45 operates here in Black Ops Cold War. Now, the next weapon is going to be the AK74u. It's getting nerfed. I think we all knew this was happening. Obviously, the AK was going to get nerfed. Increased ballistic speed reduce accuracy with prolonged firing, and they're also going to be going ahead and reduce muzzle velocity by 23.4%. So this weapon's bullets, when you shoot it, they're not going to hit the enemy as quickly, which is why I have transitioned prematurely to attachments that are going to be increasing this weapon's bullet velocity tenfold. And also, prolonged firing means you just can't hose this weapon across the map and maintain your accuracy. You're going to have to snap aim and adjust your recoil. Realistically, is this a massive nerf with the AK74u? Not really, because a lot of these attachments are going to kind of make this weapon kind of back to where it was before the nerf, just not as overpowered as it was previously. I honestly agree with this nerf. The 74u is definitely a widely used SMG, so we're going to see how this actually does play out in game. Now, the next SMG that's getting a nerf is going to be the LC10. They're going to be reducing the max damage range by 41%, damn, and also slightly reduced mid-range damage. So the LC10 is a new DLC weapon. It honestly is pretty much an AR, but in an SMG skin. I 110% understand why they are nerfing the LC10. A lot of you guys were saying that this weapon is ridiculously overpowered, and honestly, I agree with you guys. It literally is like an XM4, but on wheels, a mobile XM4 that you can run around and rush with. So definitely a weapon that I understood why they're going to be nerfing it. But if you guys were not running the LC10, or you guys maybe have not seen that many people run the LC10, let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about this nerf, or if you guys think they should have done a little bit more of this gun. Now, for the next weapon is going to be the Mac10. They did something weird to this weapon. They modified bullet pattern to add slightly more horizontal trajectories. Huh. That's interesting. I was definitely going ahead and anticipating the Mac10 to have less recoil with its buff. We're going to have to see how this actually plays out. And the Mac10 was never really a bad gun. It was one of those weapons where if you were not used to controlling the recoil, it was kind of weird to see and use this weapon. But I'm kind of curious to see exactly how this is going to play out in multiplayer. Definitely curious to see how this is going to play out in multiplayer. Now, for the attachments, again, complete tuning pass on muzzle and underbarrel attachments that affect recoil on SMG. So again, they're changing all the attachments for the SMGs. We're going to see exactly how this plays out for all these weapons that got buffed as well as nerfed. And they're doing the same thing for the ARs. Now, for the LMGs, they reduced the maximum damage range by 20% or 25%. The first LMG, that's going to be the RPD. They completely, well, actually, that's the Stoner 63, excuse me. They nerfed the RPD, the Stoner. I keep saying the RPD. I wish they nerfed all the LMGs, but we're going to see exactly how this actually plays out with this weapon, because obviously the Stoner was a very, very widely used LMG, and it was like broken in multiplayer. So glad they're going ahead and reducing the damage range. Sniper rifles, the stable glint effect on sniper rifles with iron sights equipped. Obviously, it's going to be a great buff to the sniper rifles, because if you have iron sights, why is there going to be glint? Makes no sense. Pistols, increased ADS speed by, or 1911, they increased the ADS speed by 11%. That's going to be a good buff to this pistol. I don't really run pistols. Let me know down in the comment section what you guys think about this. The Magnum, slightly decreased hip fire accuracy, dual wield. Bullet trajectories are now more varied when firing both guns simultaneously, and reduced this 4.7 inch takedown barrel attachment to a tight stub barrel. This attachment now adds damage to both enemies and vehicles. Okay, so they went ahead and increased, they changed the attachment on the Magnum. So they kind of nerfed the Akimbos, which is good. I wish they nerfed the Akimbos on the Diamatis, but we're going to see how this actually does play out. Let me know what you guys think about this. And for the launchers, they slightly increased blast radius for the RPG-7, and they also went ahead and greatly increased length of straight rocket flight path for the RPG in pubs. So they buffed the RPG in pubs. Huh? Bruh. Wow. Okay, so right here we can see attachments, infantry V-choke, updated attachment description to clarify pros and cons, okay, and weapon progression. Players can now earn weapon XP and challenges progressed by using any weapon, even if they do not currently own it. For example, using another player's weapon picked up from the ground that player does not currently own. That makes complete sense. Movement. Slightly reduce the speed of changing stance from stand, crouch, prone. Additional adjustments to come to address remaining disparity between first-person and third-person perspectives. Okay. Combat record, they went ahead and they added vehicle selection and okay, blah 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 blah. These are gonna be the new maps they added for multiplayer. Miami Strike 6v6, Mansion 2v2, Glovial multi-team. Apocalypse Hardpoint, they fixed that. Pines, Raid, Garrison, they go ahead and fix the spawns in here. They're actually adding a new mode, which is going to be multi-team Hardpoint. New multiplayer mode added to multi-team. Okay, that's actually really cool. That's actually awesome. And these are just going to be all the kind of miscellaneous stuff that I feel like people just, it's whatever. The meat and potatoes, we covered it, which is going to be the weapon buffs and nerfs, everything that's going to be added here in Black Ops Cold War. Now, obviously, we are going to be getting a new sniper as well. It's going to be the 20mm, which is going to be pretty cool. It's going to be kind of a bolt-action, high-damage sniper rifle, so be on the lookout for that. But I'm honestly, you know, I'm fairly pleased with all of these weapon buffs and nerfs here within this new 1.14 update. Let me know what you guys think down in the comment section, and I'm going to catch you guys in a new video when the update does go live.